All right, go.
I'm rocking with DONKILAM.
Let's go. Peace and love. It's your boy DONKILAM, also known as Malik Kalam. As always, prosperity is your divine birthright. I got a special episode of the Private Cast. I'm in Los Angeles. We're in Glendale, by the way.
Yes.
And I'm with Bueli.
Yes. Hi, you guys. My name is Bueli N'jheri.
Let's go. How you say your last name?
N'jheri.
What is that?
Listen. Okay. So, what I know is that there is like a female tribe, like
That's
an all woman like warrior tribe called the N'jheris.
That's lit.
Yeah, but my mom, she had that name.
So that comes from your mom.
I took her last name.
What I actually teach my people, like, because I did a private life, I do stuff different.
Yes.
I feel like because our people right now, no offense to our people though, but y'all be having different baby daddies and stuff. So I think the kids should have the mom's last name.
I do think so too.
It's gang.
I wonder about it. I definitely think I have a theory about it. I feel like, not to base it off of that, but we do live in a capitalistic society. I feel like sometimes we should take the last name of whoever is more accomplished or has created some sort of legacy in whichever like generation that is. So if it's like I had a kid with, you know what I'm saying, whatnot, if you make more money or you set the kids up for success, or you have done something that like legitimizes your family or brings your family upward, then that generation should take that name,
I like that.
if that makes sense, because I feel like there's a lot of women that did amazing things, but their name gets erased
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? When they get married.
I mean, what I say anyways is the woman is the backbone of any kingdom.
Right.
It takes a man to raise a man, but a woman to raise a nation. Our first teacher is a woman.
That's good.
Yeah.
Write that down.
But that's not for every woman, because some of y'all is messed up
No,
out
for
there.
real.
Like,
Some of you hoes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Heaven on earth. I love the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Heaven on earth. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It takes a hoe to make a home.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong?
Wrong.
What you mean? H-O, then you need the M and then the E.
Yeah.
It still takes a hoe to make a home.
Child.
You
That's
can't be hoe
crazy.
without the hoe. You feel me? Heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disgrading y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so hey, first of all, you've been introduced to the stuff I do. Like, even though you're in your own lane. So, like, a lot of people that I help out and show things, they take it wrong with it. They'll shout me out. I hate that stuff. So I did like that you
don't
shout.
like when they shout you out.
No, they do. If you do shout me out, because a lot of people making money. Sometimes I sit down with people and give them the game for free.
Yes.
Like, you've seen that.
Yes,
You've seen me do it. Yes. You did shout me out for
about it naturally.
Yeah, you did shout me out on the international driver's license. I got mine.
Yes. Where did I? Hold on. I actually have mine. I have mine.
Okay.
I keep it in my wallet. No, I talk about it all the time, especially when I'm traveling. People are like, "That's so cool." I'm like, "Yo, my nigga DONKILAM really should put me on." But you were like, you were like seen as the. Gosh, I wish I remember his name, but you and this one other guy, and he had an auntie, but she had like some scandalous stuff going on. Do you know who I'm talking about? There's a couple of you guys. There's you, there's Zion, there's I can't remember his name, but him and his auntie used to do work together, and it was like y'all were the top, if that makes sense. You and that guy especially were like the top. So when I got introduced to it, your name was everywhere.
That's lit.
So, yeah. And so then when I finally got to meet you, it was like, whoa, like it's a whole new person. Then I met you, we're actually like vibing and stuff. Like this man is a whole. We went to like Cirque du Soleil. We've done so much stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So some people think I'm weird because I like it now, but you was the first person. So here's a couple things. Let's just talk about that. Yeah. First of all, was I a gentleman?
Yes, you were a gentleman.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you were a gentleman. You're very kind.
So look,
they took care of
They
us.
didn't have to want for nothing, but they insisted for paying for some things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So basically, just as a background, because they don't know what we're talking about. We have context and they have no idea. So basically, I was working with this woman who also works in a private life. And he knew of her, if that makes sense. And then I think you reached out to her.
She wanted to work.
Yeah, she wanted to work. And then he invited us to come to Vegas, and he like paid for hotel rooms and everything. With the hotel room was
top flight shit.
It was, it was beautiful. It was so cool.
5-star life.
But yeah, it really was fantastic.
But you turned head though. That people loved y'all.
Thank
you turned heads. I still got a friend that talks about y'all. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
But then I think we did a podcast then too.
Yep.
And
we talked about the ministry trust.
Yes, we were talking.
So
about
that was
trust.
so to talk. Not to cut off. We're gonna get back to the Vegas trip though. But the ministry trust, the 501c1A.
Yes.
So like, even though you was like, you was helping people with it. Like you talked about it. You was in a conversation. And I'm like you was like, this is not what I do though.
Yeah, it's not what I do, but I know a lot about it.
But is it legit?
Yes, it's very legit.
That's all.
Extremely legit. Yes.
Trust legit?
Yes, absolutely. I helped people create them as well. You know what I mean? But it was, it's something that I feel like a lot of people, it is legitimate, but I think that the reason why people feel like it's not, it's because it's very easy to mess up because a lot of people don't know enough information, nor are they willing to dedicate their life to being private. I think the system kind of works yourself to, it doesn't benefit you, but they make it more convenient for you to not be private, if that makes sense. They want control over you.
So I'm just jumping around.
No,
okay?
we jump around.
So I would not be private where I'm at because you say I'm at the top, right?
Yeah, as far
you know
as
how I got to the top?
Yeah.
By believing that I was going to be at the top.
Absolutely.
Even if I didn't know what I was going to do at first.
Absolutely.
I did not know that I was going to be a best-selling author.
Yes.
I did not know that I would have the school popping.
Right.
Like just
you upped your chances.
I touched my first million in 2020.
Oh, really?
Yes, I made $3.3 million
Fantastic.
in 2020, in the year 2020.
Multi-millionaire in year 20.
But it was 80,000 was my goal that year.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know how
you
it jumped.
surpassed
That's
it.
a quantum leap.
Yes, exactly.
So that's what you're on.
Yes.
So break that down what you actually do. Let's just touch that right now.
That's crazy.
But I want you to know what you do is what led me to who I am today.
Yeah.
But I think you're on a different level than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there is levels to it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy that you talk about that because when you were saying like your belief system literally changed your reality, that's 100% what I talk about. So I talk about how to manifest using quantum physics. I speak about like upping your probabilities and hacking your brain and using neuroscience and quantum physics in order to like attract and put yourself in the current dimension or reality that has your dream self, your dream wants, all of your desires, things like that. You yourself have talked about you making your first becoming a multimillionaire in 2020. You surpassed it. To me, that's you following. To me, the quantum field was literally co-conspiring and setting things up for you to be successful, and you simply just took the opportunity.
But at first it's chaotic.
Absolutely. I think the world is chaotic in general. I think that there's so many different probabilities of things happening that, you know, we have a negativity bias in general that I think that we kind of just, we make it hard for ourselves.
So with the quantum, this is called quantum physics, correct?
Yes.
So with quantum physics, do we bring God into this?
I personally believe that God and science are two sides of the same coin. I think that science proves God exists, and yeah, that's how I feel like
so
it is.
With the government, I believe it means gold, oil, and drugs. That's what
gold, oil, and
that's
drugs.
what God stands for.
Oh my gosh! In the capitalistic world, for sure.
You know, if we say Godfather, because you know some people get mad when we call each other gods and goddesses, right?
Yeah.
But to me, it just means like a power head, right?
Yes.
So, with that being stated, I use God with this because you have to be able to with the physical mind. Your physical mind is, I wouldn't say the mind is physical, but you know what? The external is dumb.
Yeah.
The flesh is dumb.
Yeah.
So you have to call it something.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it so you can focus it.
Yeah.
You
no,
know?
I think that's very intelligent.
So when I first started, I just had some very vague affirmations.
Okay.
I said them daily because I was told it takes 21 days to create a new habit, 90 days to create a new lifestyle.
Absolutely.
So I'm doing this and I'm seeing my life is changing, but it's not like,
it's not jumping.
Because when I think quantum, I'm thinking woo.
Leap.
Yes. I'm thinking woo.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, time
right,
is
right.
Right, because for you, that may have been like a super slow situation, but for somebody else.
No, I'm going to tell you how to speed it up.
Yeah, exactly. But for somebody else, somebody is looking at you and you're seeing like the slow, actionable steps every single day. But for somebody that's not taking those actionable steps, they're looking at you and it looks like a giant leap. That's why the people, when they see you at the top, they're like, oh, he just got lucky.
Right, facts.
They don't see you putting in the work every day and changing your reality. So in a sense, you did leap. Just to you're being in it. You don't see what everyone else is seeing.
I'm gonna tell you how to leap though.
Yeah.
You ready? So I'm doing basic affirmations.
Yes.
If I say I have plenty to share and spare for my personal use now, anything can show up that I'm gonna have plenty to share and spare.
Say that for me again.
If I have plenty to share and spare.
plenty to share and spare.
In my personal life now.
In my
'Cause
personal
you gotta
life now. So present tense.
Yeah, you got to get definite with the infinite. So
Right.
I'm not saying what I have plenty to share and spare of.
Yes.
So anything in my life will show up that I have plenty.
Yeah,
You
yes.
follow me?
Yes.
So you have to get definite. I have
Yes.
plenty what? Financial?
Yes, you need to be
You know what I mean? You have
specific.
to be specific. You have to
Absolutely.
be definite with the infinite.
Absolutely.
So when I learned that.
I love that.
When I learned that, my life
Can
changed.
I use that?
You can listen. You can use whatever you
Definite
want.
with
Here's
the
why
infinite
I
is
fuck
fire.
with you. Okay, excuse my language. Excuse my language. Get definite with the infinite.
That's
Here's why I
fire.
fuck with you. So, because a lot of people might not know who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and you're out here speaking. Why should we listen to you?
Yeah.
The reason why I listen to her is because I like met her and then was just listening to her stories.
That's true.
Your life is already a dream come true.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have no money or anything,
Yeah.
you're still bumping into these prosperous situations.
Absolutely,
You know
yes.
celebrities, you
Yes.
know every fucking
Yes,
body.
I literally. It's really weird. The fact that I get everything I want.
Everything.
I get everything I
Everything.
want. Not to say it like that. I still go through like challenges and everything, but I am absolutely a manifester. It doesn't matter. I'll find out. I'll be in the same place. I literally a week ago was just talking with my partner about, we were like, we should go on a vacation. We could go to the Bahamas. Did not make any plans, did not do anything. Got a call from my friend and was like, do you want to go on a cruise to the Bahamas? It's a TikTok creator cruise.
That's crazy.
Literally.
I just got chills.
Literally, it's like I have no idea.
So
how
that's
it
what
happens. I'll
happened.
end up anywhere.
That happened similar in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I had rented a car for Christmas. I was kind of sad. Like when I first became DONKILAM, I didn't have much money then,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, I want to go to Miami. I did affirmations and asked for a client from Miami, and then I used to stay with somebody, and she asked me for a ride on Christmas, but she had robbed me. But I forgave her. I was like, I'm gonna give her a ride. And I had to do affirmations with me. I was like, so if I get a trip to Miami, I'm gonna call you and take you with me.
Oh wow!
After I dropped her off and
Very
was driving
forgiving.
back, I got the client. The client called.
Wow!
Yes, trip to Miami. And I took her.
Wow.
I just stuck to my word because word is bond.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
being consistent with yourself will definitely give you results for sure.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
I hope y'all taking notes because this is life-changing game that she's really
No,
giving.
absolutely. No, that's great.
Women don't teach this though.
No, I don't think so. I think it's definitely a male dominated field, but I also think that like we have been trained to not focus on achieving our desires through ourselves. We do not empower women to like learn how to get it for ourselves. We empower women to learn how to get it through men.
Cash App.
so-
I hate that. That's my biggest pet peeve. So here's what I tell them. They'll be like, can you bless my Cash App? In Jesus' name. They say, I'm looking for $40. I'm looking for it too. Looking for the same thing as you.
Oh my
You're not
God.
playing those games.
Oh my goodness.
But I like
That's
that.
funny.
So,
no, but yeah,
you're teaching
learn.
financial stability.
I think that I don't teach about necessarily financial stability. I teach about I teach about your wants, because to me, most people don't actually want money. I think that they want
The
particular
experience.
things, like I think they want stability. I think they want to go here, to have this, to have whatnot. I think it's specific things, and I think money is the vehicle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't focus on the money aspect. I focus on the result. So I talk about the results.
So with my consults, I know
money
you
typically comes into it, though.
you might not never even seen my personal consults. I work on the mind first before we get to the paperwork, because it's
Absolutely.
spirit, mind, body. That's
Absolutely.
how I do it. Your spirit controls your mind controls your body.
Absolutely.
If I want my hand to move, my
You have to
mind
think
has,
about it
right,
first.
right. So if you feed the spirit, you feed the mind. That's how you move your whole manifestations in life.
Absolutely.
But so the word want, I tell the people to cut that out of their vocabulary because that's like a lacking word.
Want, yes,
So I use
it's perpetual. You're always in a state of
I do desire.
not having it.
Yeah,
if that makes
correct.
sense. If you want it, you're not in a state of actually having it. Yes, I 100% agree.
Yeah, so
I still need to work on that
I tell
myself.
them, yeah,
but yes.
it's all good. We here together.
Yeah.
But I switch them to desire.
Desire.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you always get what you desire.
Yes.
And then the try word, cut that out
Yes,
too. 'cause
trying
if,
is also bad.
If I say I'm gonna try to make it to church next Sunday,
Exactly.
I'm probably not going.
You're not going.
Not going.
You're not going.
So that's so the word. If you stop breathing, you die.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's the word's tied to your breath. So that's how important your self talk is and everything. So
Wow.
yeah.
I like this. You have a lot of like phrases and like ways to like button things up very nicely.
Yeah,
with your words.
because I have my own. if something don't go with my kind of belief system that's not good, I'm gonna push it away.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah, but
that makes sense.
your self-talk is what's gonna change your life.
Yes, I agree.
Get your self-talk together.
Absolutely.
Where do those thoughts come from? I
Yes.
believe your imagination is your direct link to God.
Yes.
How do you change
Absolutely.
the world?
I think that that's so funny that you say that. I have a real deep belief system on that. It's honestly one of my core belief systems. I believe in God. I believe that God is the ultimate creator. I believe that we all are descendants of the ultimate creator. And
That's
as
lit.
the ultimate creator, what is our main purpose? What is the thing that we do to get the closest to God? And I think that is creating. I think that creation and creating should be seen as an act of worship. And it is like the closest thing you can do to be close to God or to become God, if that makes sense. We have to be creators. That's what I believe. So
I agree.
I feel like my religion is creation.
She said
if
we're
that makes
direct
sense.
descendants of God.
Absolutely.
That's deep.
Absolutely.
That's deep right
Descendants of, part of, we
That's
are, we
deep.
share
Yeah,
the
facts.
DNA and the material of God.
there.
Absolutely.
Facts. When people ask if I believe in God, I tell them no. I tell
Why?
I know God.
Absolutely.
I don't believe. I know.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's dope.
yeah.
That's
God
dope.
showed up in my
That's
life.
dope. So you just be fucking people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Because because low key, I feel you, but let me ask you this, and don't take this as any wrong thing, because I understand you, if that makes sense, but I feel like I see two sides of the same coin all the time. Do people get irritated
Some
with
people.
the way that you speak?
Not higher minds and entrepreneurs, like I help millionaires and billionaires now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
So like I'm even better even when we linked. Like,
Yeah.
I'm even on a different level now. So
Really?
yeah,
That's
yeah, for sure. But the reason, like, when I was blown away by you when I first met you. You know, I just ain't trying to make nobody mad or whatever. But I was just blown away. And then I feel like the people that was in your presence, if they would listen to what you had to say, their whole life would have fucking took flight.
Absolutely.
Because what I'm telling you, everything that you're on is what changed my life. The word utter and the word outer have the same root meaning.
Yes.
What you utter becomes outer around you in your world.
absolutely. That's dope. See, another one, I swear.
This is for you.
I
You hear
feel
me?
like I on the side, I'm not anymore. I retired as a tattoo artist, but I used to tattoo all the time. But now I just tattoo my friends for fun. I would totally create an entire tattoo sheet of just like
That's lit. Maybe that's what we're gonna do.
Because that's super cool.
Because this is one of my favorite tattoos right here.
Faith over fear.
And
Yes.
then you see I got the fez on there.
That's
shout out to
fire.
the Moors. The Moors help just
Hello?
to crack my pineal gland.
They are the people that introduced me to the private life.
Oh, that's
honestly.
lit.
Yeah, because they are the ones that introduced her, which introduced me.
So also I'm not trying to get personal in your private, but
We can go there.
But you also have a partner. You said
I do.
and he's doing stuff in life too, right?
Huh?
He's connected in life too, right?
Yeah, he's very connected.
I see
in
something with
life.
Kanye West.
Yes. He just he wrote the title track. He wrote the title track. So the Kanye West new album right now is called, I don't know when y'all seeing this. So Kanye's on his 12th album now, but Kanye West has an album called Bueli, and he had my partner come into the
What's your
studio.
partner's name?
His name is TK the Legend.
Let's go, TK the Legend.
Yes, TK the Legend. And he came into the studio and he ended up writing the title track Bueli, and he ended up writing, producing, even singing on, you can hear his voice
For
on
Kanye.
with Kanye. He's on 6 of the songs in the album.
So with that being stated, is that a manifestation?
I think so.
I
definitely
does
think
this
I
happen to
manifested
normal
it.
people? It don't even
No.
happen to famous people.
No.
Let's just keep
First
it
of all,
100.
Kanye is TK's favorite rapper. He's literally top 2, maybe top 1. I think it's for him. I think it's Lauryn Hill and Kanye West. And even then, he still got to perform with Lauryn Hill on the second SoFi Stadium.
So it's safe to say you were the god.
Yes.
Okay.
I think
That
so.
don't offend you?
When you said it, okay, so the other day, right? So he hit me up and he was talking about coming here today and doing what we're doing. And basically I was completely down, of course. And he complimented me and my partner, and he said that I look good with my God.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
I looked at it and I was like, I understand what you're
But
saying.
you glowing though.
Thank you.
But you glowing.
Thank
so
you.
like
I've been
you know,
hearing
I
that
believe in a
lot.
lot of different stuff.
I've been hearing
And you
that
know,
a lot.
you even glowing through the filters. You know, Instagram got their
Thank
own
you.
filters.
Thank
you know
you.
what I'm saying?
I try not to use
They try
the
to dim
filters.
your light.
I try not to use the filters, y'all, unless it's like one of the funny ones. But the guys be telling me that they be looking ridiculous on these girls, and I feel like also the filters, they get dated. They get dated. So like some of my videos, had I had a filter on them, I wouldn't be able to repurpose them, if that makes sense, later on, because they just don't look natural. So I just don't use filters.
So your guy's successful.
Yes,
You're
he is.
successful, right?
Thank you,
You
yes.
don't have no 9 to 5. You
No.
ever worked one?
Yes, I've worked many.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
You have?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
He has not,
No, that's
though.
how we learn. That's how we learn. I have too.
I worked at, I'm telling you where I worked at. My first job was at Trader Joe's. My first job was at Trader Joe's. I was in college and my Trader Joe's was like across the street. So I ended up working there with her.
Okay.
Both of us, before we was in this private life stuff.
She
Then
was
what
paying
else did
taxes.
I do? I think I started hating that, and then I became an interior designer.
That
that
lit,
was a
though.
big jump.
But you got to use your creative mind.
Exactly. I was in college for illustration. I ended up
that's
taking an
lit.
architecture class, and I used that skill to end up getting the job as an interior designer. And then after that, I graduated. I became an illustrator. That worked for a while. I did like illustrations, animations, narrative design, and then after that I got tired of the medium. So I did an apprenticeship for tattooing where I could still do narrative design but do it on people, where there's a lot more meaning and a lot more substance and things like that.
Was that your first like entrepreneurship right there?
I think
was
so.
The
Yeah.
tattoos?
Illustration was, but
So
yeah.
I know someone that owns their own tattoo shop, multi-millionaire.
Nice. Really?
They do Mexicans
Is
in
it
Dallas.
Ganga? Oh.
Like it's just no. I
then
see you doing that stuff.
They do if they're not to be like
But
that,
it's like in the
Mexicans,
it's in the Mexican area.
They do fire black and gray. They do amazing hyper realism. Like the Hispanics got that realism down. It's crazy.
But off his shop, he's a multi-millionaire.
That's
He
fantastic.
all he
Off
does
one?
is travel.
One shop?
He was the tattoo artist, and now he don't even show
I
up.
won't even
he
lie.
He just shows up for celebs.
That's what I wanted to do. So I tried to see that word, but I'm going to say try because it's not a dream anymore.
Right.
So I tried to do that. I tried to do a tattoo shop because I didn't want to tattoo anymore. So I ended up finding a space. I had a sponsor and everything. I just ended up moving to LA for Lunar Lace, the band, the rock band, and then I signed a contract.
That's lit. You was
and
doing your thing.
that brought me. That was more of a passion. Music was more of a passion than tattooing. So
Did you make money off music?
No.
So it was just. So look, I'm not trying to knock anything, but so you're just pouring into that though. It costs you money though.
Yes, the quantum physics gives me money. And
so that's how I was on music at first, and so I started learning how to like put it in reels and get it in movies and things like that and run it up. So I did some bots. I had to run it up too, just go keep it real. But they pay you out.
They pay you out.
They pay you
for
out.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to learn everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but,
I've had over 100 million views for sure. 100 million streams off music. Yeah.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to do that as well. I am surrounded by people who've never had a 9 to 5 and make their living off of music, and so I know that I'm aligned. I'm in the right place, and they benefit from me and what I know, and I benefit from them. So I feel like very soon, I think this year is the year.
I mean, yeah. So with me, how the most money I was able to make off music was songwriting.
Oh, cool.
So able to songwrite.
Yes.
And then right now I've been doing it with AI, and I had a few labels interested
like Suno.
Yeah, I'm using. I'll show you, but yeah, like Suno.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been doing country rap.
Cool.
It's hard. Yeah,
like some Post Malone.
Yeah, but they're like 200 songs for $20,000, and $20,000 is really not that much.
Yeah, but 200 songs is a lot of songs.
I know, that's work.
Yeah.
You handing over if it's just from a phone, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's super cool. That's finesse for sure.
But I've sold a few songs, and then I got a homie, Fresco Kane. He wrote for Mariah Carey, and he still makes money off that. Like he makes more money off of that than he does his own albums. I ain't trying to put his business out, so
every
I'm sorry
Christmas.
if you see it this.
No, every Christmas, pay him out. He did his work. Mariah owns Christmas.
She's set for life. But yeah, man. So And then I manage a few artists, but other than that,
Really?
there's
That's
no
cool.
music. I mean, for me, I don't see no like money how I make on with the other stuff I do.
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yours is also, music is everybody, especially in LA. Once you get here, you will see it even more. But everybody in LA wants to be a musician. So you almost become like a number, if that makes sense.
Right.
Whereas with you, with the private life, there's only a select few of y'all that even
That's
know what's
even
going
legit.
on.
Yeah, 'cause
And
there's a
it's
lot of
even
bullshit out there, yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, because of that, I feel like it makes sense for you to like monetize off of that because you're niched down. You have a
Right.
community. You can reach a lot of people. You're giving access to the ton. You're giving access to majority of people, and not a lot of people know this information that aren't already separated from the ton, if that makes sense. So it's really dope. I think it's good work that you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I do want to know, like, what do you, if a client comes to you, do you help, you do one-on-ones, you do consults?
We'll be back after a quick break.
Peace and love. It's your boy DONKILAM, and welcome to Dream Keepers Radio, that private life podcast. You're here, tuned in with your boy, and this is brought to you by Follow the Yellow Brick Road by DONKILAM. Search the book on Amazon now. Go get the book and uncover the matrix and how the United States is operating in the financial marketplace. Much peace and love.
So I need to. I want to, but I decided to write 2 books instead. First, I wrote the Quanta, and then I wrote the Quanta 2.0, and that has been helping people. Then I did a community where I did a book club, and I decided to teach people where I get my sources and people to go through things with me and how I develop my books and where my mindset comes from and all the stuff, so that my community doesn't think that I'm just creating things. I want everyone to have like science backed
They want it from you, though.
information.
They want it
Yes,
from
but they're
you,
still
though.
getting
I
it
got
from
you.
me, but we're sitting down together, and even there's aspects where they'll see me learn something and then they'll see me create something, and it inspires them to do it as well, if that makes sense. So I'm giving them, by them even watching me, I like to use myself as an example, just to show people that it's not, you don't have to be perfect, if that makes sense. I am a person where I've had it all, I've lost it all, I'll get it back, so I know my
You don't
shit works.
stop.
Yes, I know for a fact it works, because the minute that I put down my beliefs, everything falls apart. So I know it's real, if that makes sense.
So in my life, how I started discovering these things, I when I first graduated college, right? It was community college the first time, and I quit making goals, and I went to prison.
You were what?
I went to community college.
Yes.
That was my goal list.
Yes.
Let's graduate.
Yes.
I graduated, and then I didn't make no new goals, and I ended
Yes.
up going to prison.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I didn't make no goals.
That makes
That's what
sense.
happened.
It makes
I
sense.
didn't know that young, though. I wasn't taught that. Yeah.
My mom likes to say this when I was younger. It saved me from a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of danger in bourdom. You must always
Yeah,
have.
in fact, stagnation. That's
stagnation. You will find trouble. Bullshit will come your way, if that makes sense. So you need to make sure that you're always focused. You always have a goal. By the time you finish that goal, you'll probably have 10 more, and it keeps you busy. It also stops you from doing unimportant things like hanging out with people who don't match your purpose, or gossiping or whatnot. Just it keeps you.
I like those are key things. I stay away from people who gossip because they
Absolutely.
block their prosperity quick.
Yes.
So what I did notice though, like when you was working helping somebody else, did that hamper you from your own goals?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how's it feel now? Can you feel a momentum?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So that's energy.
Yes, very much. So with that being being said, but also I have no problem with helping anybody, right? I think that that's the power of a woman. We take and we multiply. I think that I have that power, and I think that that is a purpose of mine. I step into people's life and I elevate them. I amplify them, if that makes sense. I have no problem with that. My only issue is when I do that for someone and they go out of their way to stop me from amplifying myself.
But they can't though. You gotta let people do.
If I allow them to, they can, and I did allow them to.
Me personally,
and you were there during that time.
Me personally, I like people that show their true colors.
Yeah.
So now I know who you are. I could rock with you like that. Just don't be fake.
Exactly.
But I know now I see who you are for who you are.
Exactly.
That's how I'm gonna treat you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give me the autonomy to make my own decisions. Be for real. If you're honest, you'll probably still get what you want. If you're honest.
Well, so when you understand everything's energy, so you gotta make sure you keep that balance. There's a giving energy and then there's a receiving energy.
Absolutely.
So you gotta make sure you wasn't receiving.
Yes, but I didn't. But it's not a requirement for me to receive from you, right? So, like, if I do something for you, I don't expect to receive it back. But I do expect to receive from the quantum field, from the universe, whatnot. If that person that I am giving to goes out of their way to stop what I am receiving from, you know what I'm saying? For instance, I'm hanging out with them, I'm working for them, and say you decide to give me an opportunity like this, and then they decide to try to interrupt it. No, you can't go there, and all this stuff. That's what I was going through. I realized, like, you're not allowing me to receive, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so now I can't be around you because this doesn't align with what I want. I know that me going to this podcast will help me move to the other, move to the next goal, if that makes sense. This will, where I know what I'm doing with DONKILAM. He knows what he's doing with me. If you're interrupting that, then I can't work with you. You're stopping me from receiving. So now I have to cut that off. You don't have to do what I do for you, because frankly, people can't do what I do for them, if that makes sense. I don't expect that from people.
Because you could, I
do shit different.
This is why God always going to take care of us, because, we're the ones, who's helping the helpers?
Exactly.
Like that. Who's helping the helpers? God, that's it.
Exactly. Very much. Who's healing the healers? Exactly.
Right, that's it.
Exactly.
That's it. But what, I help some of my students with learning how to receive, because they don't know how to receive, some of my students. So I say, even if it's some old clothes somebody wants to give you, just receive it, throw it away later.
Right.
But learn how to receive.
Learn how to say yes.
And be grateful with it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even the little small stuff that you do not want, don't block that blessing.
Yes, exactly. I think a lot of us do self-sabotage because we're too worried about how things come into our space. I think that everyone has a very particular vision and they are jaded by it. They identify with certain things. Like people would be like, I never wake up early in the morning. I'm just not one of those people who wake up early. Why do you identify with that?
Right.
Why do you limit yourself to that? Why do you I like that. And now because of that, now you literally are refusing to get up in the morning. It's not that you can't, it's that you literally won't. And you're telling everybody that you're just a late waker upper, and that's just such a stupid thing to identify with. Shade to you guys, but it's
no, I'm gonna throw some shade on some of y'all. So look, because you're gonna get it, because it's the same analogy.
Yeah,
y'all be talking about y'all working with a fixed income.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, you like that, don't you? Quit telling yourself that. You affirming that? Okay.
Hello.
Why would you allow someone to fix your income?
Hello.
That becomes your reality.
Why are you minimizing yourself to that?
Right.
Why are you limiting yourself to that?
Straight up. So things like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, those are the things I focus on with people. Everything has their own energy patterns.
Yes.
And then it's Section 8.
Yes.
It's to put the father out the home.
I was just talking about Section 8 last night.
These are spells.
Yes.
When you start understanding quantum physics, you start understanding the energy patterns that they put on the masses.
Absolutely. But I also understand that we have developed as a species so quickly that our brain literally still operates in like an ancient prehistoric way. For instance, like we value society and fitting into society so much, even though that does not serve us today, that we will literally self-sabotage in order to keep ourselves acceptable within society. Because back in the day, if you didn't fit in, you were exiled. And exiling would literally mean certain death. You get what I'm saying? If you're not like in a society where there is shelter and food and whatnot. Back in the day, that would mean certain death. You're out in the wilderness by yourself, a lion can come and eat you at any moment, if that makes sense. Now we still have that same mindset, even though we have literally built a society where being different is being praised, especially in the Western world. So now I just feel like we self-sabotage, and even though I feel like society is using our brains against us, if that makes sense. They are using.
Absolutely.
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where borders can limit opportunities, one book dares to challenge the norm and empower foreign nationals like never before. Introducing Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by best-selling author DONKILAM. Did you know there is a difference being a citizen and national? This is for foreign nationals seeking to expand their horizons. Do you dream of obtaining a diplomatic passport and the freedom it brings? DONKILAM reveals the secrets to unlocking diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Discover why you are already a foreign national, learn the steps to obtain a diplomatic passport, and explore how you can be recognized by numerous nations on your diplomatic journey. Most never knew they could have diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. This book is a game changer for anyone seeking freedom and recognition on the international stage. Get your copy of Can't Touch This today and embark on a journey towards diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Order your copy now and unlock the power of diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by DONKILAM. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
They are using our our literal defense system against us. The minute that we see something different, we retract from it. So, for instance, we're talking about Section 8. People are presented with an opportunity. They want to be richer, right? They want to be richer. They say this in the universe. They say that they want to change their lives. They want to benefit their families, all the stuff. The universe hears this. The quantum field hears this. Quantum field starts putting out opportunities for you. There is a job that is offered to you that will now make you $20,000 more than your previous job. But what does that mean? If you make this much more money, you won't qualify for Section 8 anymore. If that makes sense.
No,
and then there are
makes-
people who will
that's
decide
deep.
not to go and get that job
'Cause-
so they can stay in Section 8, even though it's a better life. The life you want is you taking that leap. I feel like my clients, a lot of them deal with that. That's the first thing that I have to break down is they identify with certain things. And because they identify with certain things, they identify as a person who has Section 8, that they're literally scared to
level up.
to move, to level up. They're literally
That's crazy because
terrified
that
of
makes sense.
success.
I know people that won't take a job and might cut off their food stamps, the child support, stuff like that. And then even on the flip side, the men don't want to get a better job because there's more child support taken out, or they might not even want to get a job. Like that was the reason why I'm successful today was because I was put on child support. I learned how to be an independent contractor and move outside the system instead of letting them take money out my check.
Yes, more money, more responsibilities, more problems. If that's what you want,
Damn, that's deep.
That's what you want. You can't want the mansion and not want the mansion light bill. That's what you want. If you want the car, you want the car insurance. That's what
Damn.
you want. Like,
So I didn't have that. I didn't have that guide when I started. I'm just focused on the mansion.
yeah, exactly.
And
No,
then-
most of us are.
Yeah. Then so the first time I started making money and went broke was buying clothes, Versace, Tom
Absolutely.
Ford, and
We all do it. I did it.
it's gone.
I done did it 1,000 times. I did it again and again and again and again and again. And I'm very frugal, but I let other people influence me. And that was my problem.
Well, at least you know you're self-aware.
Yeah.
I love the earrings.
Thank you.
Straight
I think
up.
it's a black name.
No, that's a more for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the old school more.
I loved
You
it.
hear me?
Yeah, I thought it was on theme.
No, that's hard.
Yeah, thank
that's
you.
hard. Never seen those.
Thank you. But yeah, I think that's a lot of our issue. I think that we want things and we don't realize what comes with it. We desire a lot of stuff and we don't realize what comes with it. I think also that people need to just take a look, think about this for 2 seconds. If you can't handle what you have right now, for instance, we're in a social world, social media, you have 100 followers. And when you post something, you get 13 likes and 5 comments, and you don't even respond to those 5 comments. How would you have the goal to have 100,000 followers if you don't even respond to the 5 comments now? You're not going to respond to the 50 if you can't even respond to the 5 right now. You have to be able to, if you can't handle what you have right now, having the goal for something more, you're going to disappoint yourself. You should be able to handle what you have. Once you handle what you have, literally more is just going to pile itself on. You're literally going to run into more responsibility, and you're just going to say yes to more and more and more, and then you'll acquire more and more and more. And then before you know it, we're here.
That's lit.
Here.
So what popped in my head is here's what I tell people, another saying for you. You can use all of these, okay? These are all for you. But I tell people, you know how much money you can have right now?
Oh my God.
As much as you can handle.
Exactly.
How much are you set up to handle? Exactly. When I started setting up trust accounts, I started getting trust money.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
You know? Hello? Oh
they
my
put
God.
trust in God, we trust on their buddy. You better start trusting your buddy too.
Listen. Fantastic.
That's when, like, I could pull out the cards right now. They all say trust on
do
it.
That's brilliant. That's fantastic.
But yes, when I started the different vibration, and then even some of the celebrities that I help out today, they might be multi-millionaires and still using personal accounts. You shouldn't do that. It's not equipped. They get frozen.
So with your clients, is it misinformation or is it like
nobody was ever taught, you know?
Yeah,
and then if you think that's your agent or you think that's your manager, they're just taking their cut.
Right. They're not even doing their job.
Yeah, if you don't know what's going on, they're not going to go above and beyond to help you.
That's what my manager did. My manager took $40,000 from me in 2 years and didn't do anything.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
LA.
Damn. And then think about it. So, like, they're literally your government. So you got to think about when you go to administration, they have an agent or an attorney. They're agents. So what does sports have? They have sports agents.
Yes.
So they're dealing with all their paperwork and security.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Yes. But there's a lot of people faking the funk, you know, like they don't want your actual wellness. They just want to benefit off of you and not actually secure you. So you have to be very aware. That's why people like DONKILAM are very valuable, because they'll be able to empower you with information. You use that information, you bring it to your agents, and then they have to get you right. To. Because now you're not misinformed. They're banking off of your ignorance. Oh my God! There's so many people banking off.
Because you know how I teach people
right
I do the family trust and the holding company, and then tell them make their name a business.
Okay.
So in the NFL, they don't let them, because I had a lot of clients in the NFL. They don't let them make LLCs no more.
Really?
So what I do is make them be. This is a game for y'all. The W-A-B-E-N, make them, you know what the W-A-B-E-N is?
Yes.
So that's what I make them file and get a foreign account.
Yes.
They can't. So
they're all caps.
So because they try to make you tax.
Yeah.
Make you go through the tax system.
Yes.
But if you're foreign, they can't force you to go through the tax system.
You're talking about the ministry.
Well, no, you can do an individual, W-A-B-E-N.
Okay.
As an individual, if you still want to set up because they want to make you an individual.
Yes.
If you're foreign, they can't tax you. Though.
Exactly. Okay.
So you can still be a foreign individual.
Oh, so I'm getting a whole refresher.
Yeah.
No, so what I was talking about when I said a ministry, I'm thinking the 501c.
Yeah, the 508c1a.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, you can go that route.
W-A-B-E-N. Okay.
But another route I go is just a regular unincorporated association, which is just bylaws.
Okay.
You don't have to incorporate with the state.
Yes.
It's common law still.
Yes, okay.
So that's what a 508 is, but it's strictly a ministry, but the unincorporated can be a private club, private family organization, stuff like that.
Okay.
It makes sense.
And does a private family organization or anything, does it have to be associated with any sort of religious beliefs? I know that's still a ministry.
So that's why I said that would be the 508. So unincorporated, we can just say that it can be marriage or by blood to be a member.
Oh, cool.
That makes sense.
Yes. Are you talking about creating the family trust?
Yeah, it's considered. Listen, just so you can look this stuff up later. Unincorporated association.
Association.
It just means we're not using any codes or statutes. We're using our own bylaws.
Yes.
And then we attach a banking resolution so you can open up the bank account.
Okay.
And then a mission statement.
Yes.
And then you can get an EIN.
I believe I did this.
Yeah, it's just 3 documents.
I believe I literally did this.
Yeah.
Like created bylaws and everything.
Yeah, and then just don't use any codes or statutes. It's unincorporated. It's under common law jurisdiction.
Yes. I think I did this, y'all. I think I actually did do this. That's
we'll
crazy.
go over. We'll go over.
Man, I was in a different life a couple years ago. But yeah, okay.
But
okay,
yeah.
and so let me ask you this. So with your clients, is that mostly what you do for them? Like, what or does it
I
just
do a
vary
lot of, it
by
varies. I do
family?
a lot of different things, you know,
Okay.
and I'm worldwide. So,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
how do these people know? Like, how do they know to come to you for these
they
specific
just
things?
know, well, mostly referrals, you know, mostly
Okay, that's
referrals.
fire.
Yup.
That's actually the best way, I think,
Yup,
to go
yup.
about it.
You know, and then the celebrities I used to help for free.
Of course.
Yeah. And then they leave me to people.
Of course, yeah. Of
But
course.
yeah, so you got books. How can people get your books?
Yes, you can go on my website, Buelistic.com. That is Buelistic.com. And you'll see The Quanta or The Quanta 2.0. The first book, The Quanta, is an introductory guide to how to manifest using quantum physics. It is the science of magic and manifestation. And then the second book is The Quanta 2.0. It is way more in depth. It is like the first one, but quadrupled. And I go over the history and science and development of quantum physics, as well as like the key terms and principles and how to use them in your daily life practical application as well. And then I also turned the Quanta 2.0 into an audiobook last month as well, because I have tapped into the blind community. Shockingly, they liked my voice, and they kept reaching out to me asking if I had an audiobook, and I did not. And so I felt obligated. I felt like I needed to do that, and that was not a skill that I had before. So now I can do that, and that's awesome. So yeah, I have an audiobook too now.
You only need this eye to manifest. You don't need your physical eyes. And how can we find you? On Instagram or social media?
Yes, you can find me on all social media platforms at Buelistic. That's Buelistic. My name is Bueli N'jheri. Thank you.
This stuff works because I just told y'all how I became who I am today. I love my life. What's done in the dark comes out the light. So work on your mind. Learn quantum physics. It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Hack your brain, hack your mind, understand, up your probabilities in this life. You can literally have anything you want. Anything.
You are miseducated. This is that true private education. Tapping and tuning. You already know how to find me. It's your boy, DONKILAM. Much peace and love.
Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, DONKILAM, keep doing your thing, G. Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Hey, yo, make sure y'all check out the song bars, you know what I'm saying? Word up by my man DONKILAM. You heard? A Fresco King. Yeah, boy. You know what time it is. Make sure y'all check out the bars by my boy. All right? Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, DONKILAM, keep doing your thing, G.